Yes, hello everyone, and welcome to a new episode of Hashtag Playing Together. And yeah, we are here with a new special guest.
Hello, we are the Sudden Notes, and today we have Monica Gaga with us. Hi, Monica.
Hello, thank you for having me.
Hi, Monica.
Tell us,
Yes, thank you for being
tell us
here. Yeah.
something. Tell us something interesting and funny about yourself, or something that happened to you recently.
God, gosh, what's funny? What's funny that's happened to me? What's interesting? Um, Interesting things about me. Uh, I feel really put on the spot. I was just like, I suppose I should just improvise. I'm used to just making interesting things about random characters. At one of the offices that I work at,
Yeah.
we're doing a really big clear out. And I find it hard to let things go. So that's been quite emotional for me. And my colleagues just going, put it in the bin.
Okay.
And where are you now?
I'm based in London,
Oh,
in a place called Hayes, but it's near Heathrow. So if you know Heathrow Airport, I'm
Yeah.
there.
So
I'm
that
not in the airport.
is that a bit the southwest part of London, Heathrow?
It's the northwest.
Northwest. Okay.
Northwest, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Um, I usually, when I went to London in the past for work, I went to London City Airport, which is the other
yeah.
part.
Which
Well,
is a really quick one.
it's a little airport, but it's very nice and very fast. Yeah, well, in that time
Mm.
you could go and 15 minutes before the flight and then check in and yep, there you go. It's I love that. So yeah, okay, very good. So yeah, when you see this for the first time, everyone, what we are going to do is we are going to play a little narrative together with Monica, based on a suggestion which we will get out of this book from Meissner. Uh, and then, yeah, don't run away. We have a Q&A session and a chat about improv, which Monica is doing, and the projects, Monica, you're involved in, and the things we will do soon. Uh, all that, yeah. So, yeah. So before we start, we need a suggestion. Uh, I will read a line from this book on a certain page, a random line. Can you give us a number between 100 and 200?
134.
134. The first line I see is, yes, that's the book. Yes, that's the book.
It is.
Okay, so the sudden note with Monica, and yes, that's the book. Hi, Elisabeth.
John, I feel like you've got something to tell me, but I don't want to push you. But you did call me here.
Yeah. I finished it. My autobiography.
Wow. Completely finished.
Completely finished. I mean, that's the book. Everything, every little detail in my life, I wrote about it. Everything.
Aren't you afraid of, like, now that you've written everything down, do you feel like you've peaked, like you've written a book? Where can you go from here?
I don't know. Is there still a future? I mean, I'm fairly old. I'm almost 70 years old now. I think my life is in here now. You know? Will I experience other things? I don't know. All the adventures I had in the past, backpacking trips, the skydiving, everything I did, all those wild things, Elizabeth. I'm too old. Yeah,
John,
it's
sorry. I was probably projecting. You have done so much, and having you in my life just makes me think I've done so little. And I know your triumphs shouldn't dampen anything that I've ever done, but the idea that you finished a book, that you have things to put in a book, an autobiography, all about John. And I feel like I couldn't even do a pamphlet, a leaflet, a poster about the things that I've achieved. And I think, how can someone so adventurous like you even want me around as a friend?
Oh, come on, Elisabeth, you've done so much yourself. Actually, I devoted, I think, half of the book to you. I wrote about you.
Half of the
Half of the
book
book.
to me. I can't even think of what if I could even fill the pages of half of a book.
Come on. You were always there at my side. You comfort me when I had a bad time. You helped me when I struggled with my financial problems. You came and visited me in the hospital. You did all these things for me. Everything. So I wrote about them.
But that's just being a friend, and being a friend to you, well, you make it so easy. But the idea that I could have half a chapter in your book makes me think that maybe I can write my own
Of
book.
course you can write your own book. You could. I will meet hopefully a publisher soon because I want to publish it. And then we both,
You're going to publish it.
of course, that's the idea. I have a couple of meetings.
I thought it was just a process that you was going through to put down your words as if a mem. So it's going to be published, so people are going to see it.
Yeah, of course. Well, if I find a publisher, if I can find someone who thinks what I
What have
wrote,
you written about me? Half the book is me. What have you written about me? Can I read it? Was you going to let me read it until you published it to the world? Would I have to buy the book before I got to see how you see me?
no, 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 of course not. No, 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 no. I would have shared it before it was printed. I talked about the ways you helped me in my life, but I also talked about your personal problems you had,
You spoke about
your divorce.
John.
Uh,
Those were that's my life, and you're putting it out there without. You was going to ask me before it got printed. How about as you was writing it, as you was going to hand it over to a publisher and a group of editors that would read it and take in things of my life and put things in.
I'm sorry, Elisabeth, I didn't know you felt so strongly about this. I,
I didn't know either, but I didn't even know I had something worth writing. And then just now I know I have something worth writing. And now it's just going to be out there for everyone to see. How do you truly see me? Because I was there, I experienced the things with you, but I don't know, I didn't see them through your eyes.
I experienced you as someone who is very caring. You cared about everyone around you. Also, your personal life, your relationships, you were married 3 times, and you also cared about me. And there was a moment that we had something between us. Yeah, I wrote everything about that in the book too. Um, a caring person. Um, but then, yeah, the financial problems and yeah, it's everything is in the book. Let
Can
me
I read it? Do you want to read some? Can I read it? Can you read it?
let me first perhaps rewrite a few things before I
Oh,
read.
rewrite a few things.
Yeah.
Rewrite. Why would you have to? You've just written the truth, right? So why can't I see it happen to us? She was going to publish it anyway. John, what have you written about me? John?
I have to go.
Oh,
Really?
Wow. I wasn't very happy when I signed up for this class, how to read an old book. But this person, John Johnston, he was, wow. He basically created a little element of the engine of the first flying train. Well, that must have been something. Well, I think he might be still alive. And there is a lot of information about another person here, Elisabeth Fastword. Fastword. Oh, that's like my family name. Maybe she is a relative or something. Wow, she had a lot of problems. Commitment, she was materialistic, married 3 times. I think this John was in love with her, and see, the name of the book is Obsession. He was obsessed with her. I think I will do a little research on the internet and try to find these people. Am I a stalker or what? Knock, 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 knock. Hello?
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 Hi.
Hi.
My name is Jessica.
Hello, Jessica.
Jessica Password. Jessica Password.
Oh, my name's Elisabeth. Fast word. Hello. What are the chances of that? How can I help you?
I read this book, and there was a lot of information in it about you and you.
Let me just stop you there. That book was written without my permission, and frankly, I'd rather put that behind me.
Why? You had such a great life. I wanted to marry 3 times and just leave all my husbands, and I want to travel the world like you, and I want to steal money, and I don't like commitment, really.
Okay, well, the stealing money was never proven in court, so officially there can't be theft if there's no crime truly convicted of, and I wasn't. Jessica, what kind of person turns up at the house of a person that they just read about in a book? Are you one of those serial killers? Do you want to cut me up and keep a piece of me as a bookmark, dry out my skin? Because you wouldn't be the first, and I dealt with them.
Okay, I want to be the first one in something. So tell me more about your relationship with this John person. He was obviously in love with you, and you broke his heart, and he was a loser, right?
Jessica, I don't know you. I'm not going to share information about my life, and maybe John loved me, but maybe he didn't let me know in time, or maybe I didn't read the cues, or maybe it took for him to write a book for me to see that clearly, but it was maybe too late because anger got the best of me and I didn't want the book published. These are all maybe things, but like I said, you're a stranger and I'm not going to speak to someone that just knocks on my door and says, hey, this is your name, I found you in a book. Like, how far did you travel?
Well, it was far. So I think I deserve to get more of this situation because I'm your biggest fan, not John's fan, yours.
Jessica, the fact that you say that you deserve this from me, I don't owe you anything. This just reminds me of John. John, the fact of, we had a relationship and the fact that he decided just to take my life and make money out of it, just profit out of it. All of a sudden, everyone feels like they deserve something from me. Wow. Is your name John? John Johnson? Because you're acting like him.
Well, maybe we can get some coffee or tea. because I found John's recent address and I know where he lives. And I think there is still something between you and John. And it will be such a lovely story, an idea for a second book.
Well, I don't want any more books. I'm going to regret this. Fine. If I go for a tea with you, will you then leave and not come back? Or so I don't have to call the police, because I will if you return. So just one cup of tea.
Sure, I just need to use your bathroom before that.
Oh, fine. I'm letting a stranger into my house. Okay.
You have a cake there. Great. I'm going to the bathroom and then cake.
Toc, 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 toc. Toc, 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 toc.
Hello?
Hi, Elisabeth.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
I got a phone call the other day from a woman called Jessica, and she gave me your address, and she asked me to come here at this point, at this time.
John, we haven't seen each other in 7 years, and that's your opening gambit.
Yeah.
You look well.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you.
It's nice seeing you again.
Your book's done well. It must be nice to be an award-winning writer. Well, you always excelled.
Yeah. It's not nice, Elisabeth. Actually, I you know how much I regretted it that we never have seen each other anymore. Those 7 long years.
Well, you could have called. You knew where I haven't moved. You was the one who moved.
True, but we had these hard words, and I thought you wouldn't like to see me anymore, and I just didn't have the courage to pick up the phone and call you, and days went by, and weeks, and months, and years,
And years.
and years.
There were some harsh words that maybe, on reflection, shouldn't have been as harsh.
No.
True, but not as harsh. But then you didn't call, and like you say, days, months, years went past. So I thought, that's it.
You know what happens, yeah, when these harsh words are spoken, and you don't go back to this person to talk about it. These things are getting their own life, and you're always thinking about them, and they seem to be getting bigger and bigger and bigger as an issue.
Well, do you know what, actually? Who says that you've been on my mind for all these years? Who says that every single day I don't think about that I want to... you found the snacks, Jessica.
No, it's great. Oh, hi! Surprise!
Are you Jessica? Okay.
By the way, I found this gorgeous ring in your jewelry box. Thank you. It's amazing.
Oh, you went upstairs. Okay. Yeah. That's my fault for letting you in. Jessica, maybe you should take those snacks, and I'll take that ring if that's okay.
Yeah. It was too much. Okay, no. Anyway, I'm going back to the toilet because these snacks just, hit me. And I will leave you to reconnect. And maybe we can be a family after that, because everybody in my family died. And I think I'm getting crazy.
Oh, and
you have the same family name. I know I'm 22, but maybe...
Jessica, maybe you finish your snack and you go to the toilet, and then we'll think about next steps then. Yeah?
Thank you.
Do you know her?
John, is this your doing? Did you hire this woman? Could you not have just spoke to me?
Yeah. No, I haven't hired her. Actually, I never have met her before. But I just want to say that all the things you said about me, you are 100% correct. I should have shown you the book. I should have talked with you before I wrote things down. How you feel, how you think, how you thought certain things were real and not how I imagined them. And every day people send me letters that they admire the book and they want a second volume and whatever. But I sacrifice my friendship for fame. And it haunts me every day.
Do you mean that?
I mean that. I mean that.
I you you were a big part of my life, and then for you to be gone was difficult. And I would perhaps, even if I don't want to admit it, would like to see if we could rebuild what something new. Not we can't ever go back to what we were, but
No, no. We
I
will
do miss you.
we will always remember things from the past. Yeah, but I love the idea.
I love the idea too.
That's
Um,
that's great.
I did say to Jessica we was going to go out for a cup of tea, but maybe we should just go out for a.
Don't worry, go for a tea. I am going to visit another family, and I will be back later. And I found this amazing necklace. It's so good.
Oh, okay then. Bye.
Bye. See you later.
I'm never going to see that necklace, cookie, or ring again, but I'm okay with that, and I will change the locks.
Yeah, probably there will be much more missing. I'm afraid.
So,
It's
tea,
what?
tea.
Yes, tea and a new beginning. And end scene.
Hello.
Hello.
I love Jessica.
Yes.
Well, she did a good deed at the end.
Yeah, yeah. Very.
I don't know how to take this off.
It's yours now. It's there forever.
Oh, that was fun. Thank you so much, Monica, for.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, it was nice. So good. Okay, let's go for a chat now about improv.
Tell us more about your improv journey.
Yeah.
Oh, so my improv journey started when I was younger. My I used to do a little bit of drama and improvisation. I really enjoyed it, and I felt like very much at home. As I got older, and then I went to drama school. I just went on pause. Actually, it wasn't a part of my life. Coming out of drama school, I was doing a kids show, and a gentleman that I was doing a kids show with was saying, "Hey, I do improv. Do you want to come and play with my group?" And then it just triggered something. And I feel like we do that so much. There was some things that are such a big part of our lives, and then all of a sudden it disappears, and we're like, oh, why? And I was just like, there was no real reason why, and I loved it so much. So a little bit later in life, I came back to it, and then I just didn't stop. Other people stopped,
Yeah.
and they had babies, and they got married, and they had different jobs, and it took them away from improv. But I just kept going on, and I stayed with the people that had babies but still did improv. I stayed with the people that got partners but still did improv. I just stayed with it, and then it got out of hand. And now I'm in a position where it is definitely something that I do for a hobby, but also as a profession as well.
Yeah.
And it's something that so easily weaves between those things, my personal and professional life. And I just feel like it's such a beautiful key, and I'm so glad that it's in my life. I say key because I feel like it opens so much
Yes.
opportunities and so much like for growth within yourself as well.
Okay.
I have a child and I do improv, so babies are not a good excuse.
That's why I said, because like I carried on with some of the people that had children but carried on, but yeah,
Yeah,
obviously the ones I knew wasn't the case.
yeah. I think you see that often. Yeah, people start, they are very enthusiastically doing improv for 2, 3 years, and then they, for some reason, just stop. Yeah, you see that a lot actually. It's I always regret that if I see it.
And also, I have the privilege of time. I do recognize that I also have the privilege of time of when things are happening, I was available where I can make it work, whereas some people don't have that. So I'm glad I do because it's a very big part of my life now.
Good. Yeah, you do so many things. Yeah, I think one of the things, I think you're part of the different women. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Can you tell a bit
So,
about
so
that?
yeah, so actually on Mondays, different women's projects are going to be doing a round table.
Hmm.
I've recently joined the family. It's run by Ariana Barnes. And she welcomed myself and another improviser and practitioner, Minda Atwell, onto the project, where she was just like, I want to do some research into the experiences of people of color within improv. It's never been done before.
Yeah.
And at the moment, the process was us coming together, her bringing us on board, us having a research jam with people of color to play and also share experiences. Then moving on to doing a workshop where we then played, shared experiences, and now at the moment we're on that place in the journey where we're going to present our
Yeah.
findings so far
Okay.
to allies and to people of color about the experiences and how we can, where we've come from, where we are, and where we can go in the future. And that really weaves into quite a lot of work that I'm doing at the moment with diversity and inclusion, with especially a lens on people of color. So also with Stephen Davison,
Yeah.
I run a workshop about improv and inclusion where we have an 8-week workshop and we cover lots of different topics to do with inclusion and about just learning more, and also about reflecting on practice and about seeing how we can move forward as companies, as groups, as practitioners, and also just personally within our lives. I stumbled upon this passion when I started working with Do the Right Scene, which is an improv group that I work with.
Yes.
They're an all-black improv group based in London.
Hmm.
It was started by Ty Campbell and Athena Kabenu, and Ty pretty much, in a nice way, hounded me until I joined, because I was like, oh, I'm not sure if I'm not sure. Do I need this space? Do I need it? And then I was there and I
Yeah.
was just like, this is what I need.
Good.
And I do love that. I feel like improv can be and is at times so inclusive, but I still feel like it's really important, especially if you come from a marginalized community,
Yes.
to feel that connection.
Yeah.
It's important to have like all female identifying events. It's important to have all queer events. It's
Yeah.
important to have all people of color events as well, and all the intersections in between. And finding that space is so important, because then you can work in a safe space on like finding your identity, and then you can truly bring more of yourself to improv. Because
Yeah.
I feel like you definitely hold things back because you're like, oh, how can I be the status quo or the
Mm.
norm?
Yes.
um
Yeah. Yeah.
which the norm is usually like the dominant culture,
Yeah.
and which might not be your own.
Yeah. I think creating that
By
safe.
the way, understand that because I am a Bulgarian who lives in Brussels. And when I came here, it was very difficult to find my place. And I was so happy when I discovered improv here.
Mm.
Yeah, it helped me a lot.
it's
Yeah.
it's definitely the key of just like I feel like improv is definitely like my people, and then
Yeah.
within improv I find more of like my people. I always feel like my people is just like improv folks, so no matter where I go in the world, I can usually you find a group and then you feel at home, which is really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. And can we watch somewhere this upcoming project?
Yeah, so if you go onto my website, www.monicagaga.com, all of my projects are on there. So you can see the different women's projects. You can see the workshop that I'm running with Stephen Davison as well, which is going to be starting next week. So the panel roundtable with different women is going to be on Monday. And then in January, the inclusion and improv workshop with Stephen Davison is going to be running. And you'll see, the other workshops and things I've got going on. Obviously, we're living in the world as we live now. And there were some shows that I was really excited about happening. Okay. Like, for example, I produced an all-queer female identifying show called Hell Yeah. Oh. We was going to be in theatre, and then obviously the world is out how it is, and for everyone's safety, the show's not going to be on anymore, but we're looking forward to that coming next year or in the future as well.
Do you think that online improv, like we know it today, because a year ago most of the online improv didn't happen yet, just after the pandemic, that in terms of inclusion and diversity and the projects there, that it helped in a way to bring that more out?
I think it helps in a way too, because I feel like we're very guilty in improv of putting people on pedestals.
Yeah.
And we're very guilty in improv of like as an improv teacher or facilitator or a school going, this is the best way to do improv.
Yeah.
Whereas really this is just my way or my preferred way. Good. And because now we can truly feel that we're a global community, we get to go with practitioners and teachers and see groups that we wouldn't have necessarily been able to see, even if we live in the same city as them, because you might not be able to travel that place because of time or because of money or whatever barriers that are in your way. So I feel like we're able to be like, oh, okay, let me see the possibilities and then feel like, oh, what is the thing I want to do, or do I want to just do everything? So I'm a really big fan of online improv. I'm a really big fan of online improv and real improv at a location. They're two different things, so let's not pretend they're the same. No. So play to the strengths of online and play to strengths of being in a theatre or a pub or a front room, wherever you're doing your show or workshop.
Yeah. Oh.
No, I'm just thinking, and I wrote something down.
So it's all about, I think, creating a safe space and safe environment, and building awareness around that. Is that in Belgium, for example, in the northern part, we never see many people of color in our improv troops, although I guess 10% of the population has a different color, so, and are there any projects you think of how to increase that, to have more people of color doing improv, for example?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like the first thing to do is, if you have any people of color, maybe looking in to see if they want to run any nights, any shows for just people of color, because if you as an audience member look and you see that improv is made up of all a certain person, you then go, this is how improv is done.
Yes.
And I don't fit into that space, even though that space might be crying out for you. So by putting people in prominent positions or visible positions and giving them the support and giving them the space to go, what do you need? Not saying, what can I get from you? What do you need? Because really you're helping me out so much. Would help people go, because people will come to Do the Right Scene, which is an all Black improv group, but we also put on a show called Special Delivery, where we just invite all people of color to come perform, and they go, oh, I didn't know it was like this, and they're like, oh, okay, and they might come to one of our workshops, but they might just go to another workshop as well. So that visibility is really important. I think also it's about thinking about the people that have come into your space and haven't returned. What are the reasons why? It might be the case of things that you thought were really welcoming are not so welcoming. And also as a practitioner, you need to think about, what do you value in your students, and what do you show that you value with the people that you, when someone does a scene, what are you as a practitioner and teacher laughing at? What are you going, oh, that was amazing? What students are you going, oh, can you come and help me demonstrate this activity?
Yeah.
Because really what you're saying to everyone else is those are the non-verbal cues of this is how it's supposed to be done.
True. Yeah.
And really those things that you're saying are great, is that really like all quite the same. So someone else that might come from a different background or a different approach, they might think, oh, okay, what I'm bringing or what I could bring is not really welcome in the room.
Yeah.
What I need to be is I need to assimilate. And we all want to assimilate. We want to get it right. We want to fit in, even though improv is not about getting it right. So really being able to, in the classroom, go, actually, what am I putting out there? What am I saying is valuable in this space?
Yeah.
Am I saying actually just being the quickest is the most valuable thing? Because people actually who might be really great at slow burn improv.
Yeah. Yeah.
And usually when you start off, not all the time, you start off with like short form, quick things. So you might think, oh, improv is not for me, but actually it's definitely more than that.
Yeah. Yeah. I think awareness is here very important because people think perhaps they are doing the right thing, but without they knowing about it, just like you told, they sending out the wrong signal and they don't even not aware of that. So awareness and reading about it. And I think that's for this myself. Uh, yeah, I mean, doing Zoom Prof now and meeting people all over the world. It's such a great thing to do. Yeah, and you learn so much. So
Oh my gosh, yeah. And also just amplifying others as well, people that are different from you, is just so important. So there's more visibility.
yeah,
Of sharing, like you don't even have to pay any money, like sharing posts. And also, like, lastly, I would say that you might also want to get somebody in to be like in London, in England we call it a secret shopper. So someone to come in
okay,
and be like, come do my workshop, how did it feel for you in the room?
okay,
And
good.
they don't have to be an experienced improviser. They don't have to be like a coach or anything. Me as a person of color with my lived experiences, what was it like to be in this space? And then maybe you can make some adjustments, or make sure you keep doing certain things as
Yeah,
well, because
yeah.
it's not about us all doing things wrong.
No, no, no.
But,
Good shop.
but thank you so much for having me play. This was a beautiful midday thing for me.
Excellent. Yeah,
For us as
we enjoyed it tremendously. So we are going to post a few things also from different women in the workshop of next Monday, December 21st, about the other thing you do. We will post it on our site on the Southern Note, so people can easily find it back. And yeah, thank you so much for being with us, and it was
thank
great.
you.
Hope we can do it again.
It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
Good.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm
And
going
thank you
to.
guys for watching.
Yeah, everyone, many thanks for watching. Don't go away yet. I'm going to stop the live stream, but many thanks for everyone. Bye bye.